Hey guys, just sharing a little bit of information, at least my opinions on this particular knife. It's the Ferrum Archbishop. Just some of the quick rundown. I don't have any of the exact stats of the knife in front of me, but the blade is CPM 20 CV, about 3.5 inches long. Handle length is very nearly that. It has a very good blade to handle ratio in my opinion. Very nice action on this knife. Comes out like a rocket always for me. Detent's pretty strong. Strong enough so that unless you adjust it, which I believe it is adjustable. I have not personally messed with the detent, but so unless you adjusted that, you really can't use this this cutout on the blade as a flipper or a spidey hole type of action. I can kind of on the left side if I work it way down here at the bottom. When I try to do it from the right, my hand presses on the lock bar too much, so it doesn't want to come out at all. But so unless you adjusted that detent, it's pretty much a flipper tab only. And I know they make flipperless options, so they have to have accommodated that action somehow. One of the things that I was looking for when I was interested in purchasing this knife is the weight, and this comes in at right at 5 ounces, which for me is very nice size, no problems at all. It's just solid titanium slabs, no milling inside. Feels very thin behind the edge, in my opinion. Certainly no expert, but compared to a lot of other knives that I have, you know, the XM18s, for example, which maybe not the best knife to compare it to, but feels very nice. I love the feeling of that blade, the finish. It's very not titanium standoffs. Couple of the criticisms that I've heard, you know, people talk about the small size, small diameter of the pivot, but if they've put out, the Ferrum Forge makers put out a video on their YouTube channel explaining the logic behind using this smaller diameter flipper, which sounds reasonable to me. I think to summarize, the smaller diameter pivot enables them to improve their action without much sacrificing of strength. Hopefully I understood that their logic well enough. I think they're out titanium screws, hardware. My only personal I don't know if it's even really a complaint, because I haven't carried this knife enough to really feel strongly one way or another about it, but the clip being so short on a knife that I really like, let alone cost just south of $500, I do not want to lose this knife. And the clip, for the few times that I've carried it, didn't inspire a ton of confidence in me that this knife couldn't, in some extreme situation, get pushed out of my pocket and right over the top. I mean, the weight, of course, will it'd have to be a very unique situation, maybe where you're crawling around under a car, or, you know, I don't know what you might be doing, but the possibility exists that, in my mind, that it could clip out of your pants. It does have a lot of it is a pretty strong clip, a little bit of give. So I don't know. I haven't fully made my mind up about the clip. I really like the Sebenza style clips. They feel very secure to me, look nice in the pocket. That's kind of, in my mind, again, my opinions, it's kind of how that's my standard bearer for clips, is the Sebenza clip. Slide always easy to get into the pocket, and it feels very secure to me. I did like this knife so much that I actually acquired one of their chevron versions of it. It was so attractive to me that I went ahead and splurged. The blue anodized scale, the chevrons cut in to the handle. So this would act to give you a little bit more opposition, I guess, or something to secure the knife in your hand in slick conditions, since in the absence of any jimping anywhere. And in fact, this knife I think is, I haven't carried this knife at all, just kind of a safe queen thus far. But I think that this particular knife is, yeah, ooh, it's action. It's much better than the gray titanium. So a little bit of variability, but this one is perfect in every way. To me, look at that. This one does fall shut. The other one doesn't, and I haven't cleaned it or taken it apart or done anything. This is straight. I may have opened this knife half a dozen times, but it's noticeably, action on this knife is noticeably better. Wow. I'd forgotten how well this one closed. This one is perfection right here. Perfectly centered blade. It's hard to, probably not going to come across real well on the video, but it is. And absolutely no, I mean, this thing is rock solid, no side to side whatsoever. Blade is nicely recessed for the stop pin. Love that. It kind of curls right around that stop pin nicely. Yeah. And this one actually is also a little bit lighter than the other one because of the little bit of milling on the scales. Let's see where this one comes in at. Yeah, 4.86 ounces. And most of their designs that I've seen do have some sort of titanium scale work in them. So most of these knives, I would imagine that 5 ounce is at the heaviest end of the spectrum. All the other knives will be a little lighter. Very nice knife. Whoops. Oh, the other thing, one other final thought that again, that pleases me about this knife is the sound as the lock bar engages. I love it. Of course, it's got the D2 steel insert, but I'll try to. I may not have been able to hear that, but the scale, as some other knives do, you really get an audible sound as that engages, and it's got a pretty early lockup. Which in this particular knife I like. Anyway, guys, just thought I'd put that information out there, mainly to share some of the some weight information out there. I had a hard time finding out how much this knife weighed before I bought it, but again, very pleasing size to me, shy of 5 ounces. This knife's really nice, in my opinion. Alright guys, catch you later.